In this video, I'm going to teach you what I would do if I were a woman and I wanted to lose 10 kgs in 2 months. If I was 35 years old, a mother of 3 kids, a full-time office job, a household to run, this is how I would do it. Now, obviously, I am not a female, I'm not a mother myself, but a lot of the women that I coach are one of these things or maybe very close to it. Okay. And so, what I'm going to do is run through a theoretical person, and I'm going to lay out a step-by-step plan that you can use and take and get results with this straight away starting today as soon as you finish watching this video. Okay, so that's my promise to you. If you stay to the end, you will know exactly what to do step by step, absolutely free. So I hope this helps you out. If it does, please drop the video a like and drop me a comment if you have a question. Otherwise, let's just get straight into it here. So move my head out the way. So our initial assessment of our female, a theoretical female here, let's just call her Sina. Okay, so her name is Sina, right? She's 165 centimeters tall. She's currently 120 kgs. Currently, she does 4 to 6,000 steps per day. Her job is full time and it is sedentary. She works for the government, and so she's a manager there, and she's a lot on the computer and at her desk. And she's also a mother of three young kids, I would say all under 10 years old. Okay. So maybe split out a little bit, maybe like 3, 5, and 7 or something like that. Okay. So that's what we have. So there's a theoretical female. Her name is Sina, and she wants to lose 10 kgs in 2 months. Now, before I continue on and talk about fat loss for women, I'm going to let you know my stance on this, and this is what I preach to all of my clients as well, right? Fat loss is a goal for that many women have, okay? And I believe that every woman should be empowered to make the decisions about her own body for her own reasons, okay? Not because of outside pressures of things portrayed on the media or that sort of thing. If she really wants to do this, then this is a way that it can help. I always believe in healthy and sustainable ways to achieve fat loss. I don't believe in any ways that could be harmful to your mental health, could be harmful to your eating behaviors, especially things around disordered eating and eating disorders. We don't want to encourage any of that kind of behavior, okay? But in the context of this goal here, what we're trying to achieve is realistically a rapid fat loss phase, okay? And this might be okay for some people, okay? And so before you even ask yourself, do I want to lose 10 kgs in 2 months, right? There's a lot of questions that you need to ask yourself before you even go on this, okay? Because a lot of women would say, yes, I would love to lose 10 kgs in 2 months, right? But when we be realistic about it, the actions required to do that don't really match up to the expectations and the real life decisions and sacrifices that you have to make as a 35-year-old lady, woman, a mother of 3, full-time office job in a good position, right? And so you have to be realistic with this, okay? And so setting realistic expectations, right? Setting realistic expectations is very important, okay? And for a weight loss goal of 10 kgs in 2 months, right, which is about 1.25 kgs per week, that is very aggressive, okay? Most it can very well be done, but I would say it is very aggressive, okay? And so in this video, take what I'm saying as kind of like the extreme, right? Um, you don't have to push this hard. Like some of you will be able to do this very easily. If you have a lot of weight to lose, a lot of weight can come off very quickly. Okay. Um, and so 1.25 is a per week is a very aggressive cut. Okay. And to do it for 2 months, 8 weeks straight is a very big ask. And so you have to balance out, you know, the the actions you are willing to take. Are they ones that you really align with yourself, your personal values, and your lifestyle. Everyone else that's affected by your decision that you're going to make. Okay. And so you have to be realistic with this. Okay. But I'm sharing this because this is what you need to do. Okay. If you really could do this, right? And so weight loss going 10 kgs in 2 months is 1.25 kgs per week, right? You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose any weight. It doesn't matter what kind of diet you choose. It doesn't matter what kind of way you choose to eat, what kind of food you have. As long as you are in a calorie deficit, as long as you're in a negative energy balance, as long as you are consuming less calories than you are, you are taking in less calories than you are burning, then you'll lose weight at as an average over time. Okay, and so for this to happen, to achieve our 1.25 goal weight loss per week, right, we'd need to eat around 500 to 1,000 calories less per day than what it takes for us to maintain the same weight. Okay, and so for this, this our female here, Sina, right, who's 120 kgs. If she wanted to stay 120 kgs, right, she would eat the same amount of calories every day, right? That would keep her the same, okay? And whatever that number is, we eat 500 or 1,000 less than that. Obviously, the bigger the deficit, right, the less calories you eat, the faster we will get there, okay? But that will come at a cost of some things which we'll discuss, okay? And so you need to be eating, she needs to be eating about 500 to 1,000 calories deficit per day, okay? The more extreme you have your calorie deficit, the harder it is going to be for you to stick to, okay? The more chance that you might develop things like disordered eating behaviors, okay? And so most smart coaches would recommend something around 500 calories less than your maintenance, okay? 1,000 if you are very serious, committed individual, you have a very serious goal that you need to get to, okay? Nutrition plan. So first off, you need to calculate your caloric needs, okay? Everything comes down to energy that you have in your body, okay? So if you are consuming a certain amount of energy every day and you stay the same weight, then you are pretty much in a maintenance, okay? If you have been consuming calories and you're noticing that you've been putting on weight, gaining weight over the last 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, whatever it is, then you've been in a calorie surplus. You've been eating more calories than your body can burn off, right? And so we need to figure out how many calories your body needs, right? And we do that either by using a calculator, okay, or some other ways that we can do it, okay? I have a free calculator in my free community. If you want to join the community, the link is in the bio, where I can help you figure this out. But basically, you put your numbers into a calculator, and by numbers, I mean your height, your weight, your average step count, right, and your goal, and you put them in, right? And let's say it's approximately 1,800 calories per day, okay, as a basal metabolic rate. So for this lady, Sina, she would lose, she burns 1,800 calories per day if she just lied in bed all day and did nothing, didn't even move, was just sick in bed all day, she just stayed there. She would burn 1,800 calories, okay, every day, okay. But this is a real life person we have here. She gets out, she goes to work, she does her training. She has 3 kids to look after, right? And so she's moving around through the day, right, as well. And so we need to multiply this, how many calories she burns, by an activity factor, and that will give us our total daily energy expenditure, okay? I'm not showing it here. This is what the calculators do. I'm just showing you the end result, so you don't have to worry about that. And it ends up being about 2,200 calories per day, okay, for sedentary active person, okay? If she was more active, this number would be higher. If she ran marathons every day, that number would be way higher, as an extreme example, okay? And so 2,200 is the number that we figured out for her maintenance calories. And so we need to eat 500 to 100 less than this, okay? And so if we minus 500 to 100 from 2,200, that will keep us at around 1,200 to 1,700 calories per day, okay? And so this queen, Cena, for her to hit her 10 kg weight loss goal, she needs to be consuming anywhere between 1200 to 1700 calories per day over the 8 weeks. That's it. Okay. Anything more than that, right? She's probably going to either stay the same weight. If it's a little bit more than 2200 calories, if it goes, the closer she is to 2200, the slower the weight loss is going to be. If she goes over 200, she's probably going to gain a little bit of weight. Okay. If she does that consistently, right? One day, it's not going to matter so much. 2 days, but if it's consistent, then it will start to stack up over time. Okay. Balanced diet. We need to understand this because this is when you're building muscle, when you're training to get fit, when you're losing weight, okay, building muscle is the best thing that you should always be trying to do, regardless if your goal is to lose weight, gain muscle, or stay the same weight, or get healthier, right? And so we recommend that protein intake be between 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kg of body weight, okay? Now, you can use your current body weight or you can use your ideal body weight, okay? And for argument's sake, we try to keep this very simple. Okay, so we aim for about 200 grams a day, right? We're just kind of rounding it up. Okay, it doesn't really matter about the importance of, right? As long as we're eating more than our current body weight, at least 1.6, 2.2 being at the highest end. If we wanted to really maximize our muscle building, then we would do at least 2.2, but we don't need to. Okay. And so this is why protein is very important, okay? Fats, we need to keep them around 20 to 30% of total daily intake, and then we can fill up the rest of carbohydrates, okay? The reason why it's like this is because regardless of fats, the percentage of fats or carbs, it doesn't matter as long as you are still in a calorie deficit, okay? Fats and carbs, which means that you can use fats and carbs however you like. Okay, which is why it doesn't matter what kind of diet you use, as long as you're keeping your protein between 1.6 and 2.2, you're keeping your calories in check, then you will hit the weight loss goal. Okay, simple meal plan here. Right, for breakfast, you want a high protein, something like Greek yogurt, berries, and nuts. You could add a protein powder if you do like that. You don't need protein powders, okay? You can have things like eggs, that sort of stuff as well. Lunch, you want some sort of lean protein, veggies, very high in protein. Veggies good for fiber as well and keeping you full. Dinner, a balanced meal, something like fish, steak, lean steak, premium mince, that sort of stuff. Quinoa, maybe some rice, maybe some potatoes, kumara, and then also back that up with steamed veggies as well. Okay, and then for snacks, we want some sort of fruit, nuts, or protein shakes if you like that. And maybe some other protein kind of snacks. So keep it very simple. Okay, moving over to the exercise plan. So the exercise plan has to be very simple as well. Okay, because remember, this is a mother of three. She is a office job, so she has very limited time. She doesn't have 2 or 3 hours in the day to get her sessions in. So these sessions got to be short, sharp, and efficient. Okay, so 60 minutes or under is what we're kind of looking for here, a couple times a week. Okay, now walking. Okay, I would increase steps to 8,000 to 10,000. Doesn't need to be 10,000. 10,000 is just an arbitrary number that someone just made up, right? So you don't need to keep it at 10,000, right? About 8,000. Studies show around 7,300, I think, is really kind of like the minimum end to get some progress going in your fat loss results, fat loss journey, I would say. But increasing to the total daily steps, this increases your NEAT, okay, so your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This helps you to burn more calories throughout the day, okay, and it adds more than what exercising would do, okay. I'll explain more about that later, but you want to increase your total daily steps, okay. High intensity interval training, right? Probably do this 2 to 3 times a week for 20-30 minute sessions. These don't need to be complicated. They do not need to be hardcore moves. They do not need to be burpee box jump overs and hundreds of pull-ups and hundreds of deadlifts and all the stuff that you hate and running and all that stuff. Okay? It can be very simple. Okay, something very simple is something like a minute on, a minute off of rowing, for 20 rounds, 10 rounds. Okay, 10 rounds. This is that 10 rounds of minute on, minute off row for as many meters as you can in that 1 minute. So you get 1 minute, you go hard, and then you rest for a minute, and you do that 10 times. Okay, that's 20 minutes. You're going to get a freaking great workout, and that would be done. Okay, and you'll get really fit from doing that too. So if you did that for 8 weeks, you'd be pretty fit. Strength training. We want to move over to full body training 3 times a week. I recommend this because she is a busy mum. She does not care about body part splits. She does not care about training her back, training her biceps, triceps, doing the triceps day. That is probably not the best use of time. Okay. When we think about designing workouts and fitting the workouts to the person. Okay, we look at the person, we say this is a busy mum. She doesn't really care about all these bodybuilding type kind of workouts. It's more bang for your buck kind of workouts. Okay, so we're thinking more like major muscle groups, right? Legs, back, chest, arms, right? We're thinking squats, bed presses, deadlifts, pull-ups, chin-ups, big bang for your buck movements, so that we are more efficient and we're not wasting so much time doing a triceps day in the gym. Okay, we don't need to be doing that sort of stuff, right? We should be prioritizing more of the things that we're doing outside of the gym than focusing on doing specific muscle groups in the gym. Okay, so example workout, something like a squat, something like a push movement, a core movement, and then a pulling movement. Okay, day 2, something like a lunge movement, a press, some more core movement, and then a hinge movement. Okay, not necessarily done in this order, but these are just some ideas. Okay, so then day 3, something like a single leg movement, a press, a upper press, core, and then some pull movement. Okay, so we have to incorporate the movement patterns that we need to get progress. All right, these are your squat patterns, these are your hinge patterns, these are your upper pushing, vertical, horizontal, and upper pulling, vertical and horizontal as well. Some core work, and I would also probably slip in some carry work in there as well. Okay, combined with the core work. Okay, let's move on because we've got a lot of stuff to cover off, and this is getting into a long video. So lifestyle changes. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night. This is very important, and I know it's very hard especially for a mum who's busy and has young kids, but try your best to get as much sleep as you can. Okay, this is probably going to mean that you might need to go to bed a little bit earlier than you need to. I know after the kids go to sleep that you would prefer to just have your me time after that. I like doing that too. So does my wife as well, right? But you got to prioritize the sleep. Okay, so going to bed at the same time every night is going to help you out in your fitness journey. Okay, so scrolling on TikTok or whatever and watching your Netflix, binging your Netflix videos, it's gonna affect your recovery. Okay, sleep is highly important. So I would say the easiest thing to solve this problem is just to go to bed on time and go to bed early. Okay, hydration. You want to be drinking as much water as you can, 2 to 3 liters of water a day. More towards the higher end of that. Stress management. Use things like meditation, yoga, or hobbies. Okay. There's a self-care stuff that are outside of the gym. Okay. This is often an overlooked part of the whole fitness journey thing too. Okay. So even using things like walking in nature, walking in the bush, can help with stress management as well. Okay. Meal prep. So you want to meal prep advice to avoid healthy snacking. Prepare yourself. You have to be prepared. If you are just go into the week unprepared, then be prepared to fail. Be prepared to face the hard times. Be like, oh my gosh, now I have to prep my meals. Now I have to cook my meals. Now I have to wait 30 minutes before I cook my meal, and I'm so freaking hungry because I haven't ate for 6 hours. That sort of stuff. Okay, accountability, monitoring. Have a weekly check-in. Track your weights. Track your measurements. Use progress photos if that's you for yourself. Adjustments. Tweak your diet and exercise based on your progress. Right. So after about 2 weeks, you should see some progress. If you're not seeing any progress, look back at what you've done and see how consistent you've been. Have you been consistent at least 80% of the time? If you haven't, then work on that stuff and keep working on it until you can get it more consistent. Okay. Everything just comes down to really just consistency. Okay, a support system, right? Ask family, friends, support, motivation. If you have a community, I have one. You can join buy one for free, right? Or if you want to join my private one as well. Okay, you can also join that one as well. We give you the support there too. Mindset, motivation, right? Setting these celebrating the small victories to stay motivated, sharing it with your friends, sharing it with people that are on the same journey as you. Okay, very important. Okay, visualize your success. Use vision boards or journaling. This is also very good for self-care, meditation, that kind of stuff. Stay positive. Focus on progress. Right, it's all about the journey. Okay, here's a sample weekly plan. Okay, this is how I would kind of lay it out. If you especially if you're busy, okay, I would only recommend you go in the gym twice a week and train full body, and you put your as much effort into those sessions as you can. Okay, so Monday I would say a 30-minute walk. Maybe get up early, go to the gym, do your 30-minute walk. You could do it before your workout. You could do it after. You could split it up, 15 before, 15 after, whatever works for you. Okay, you hit a full body workout. Okay, maybe you want to separate it out. Maybe you want to hit the gym early in the morning and then do your 30-minute walk after work, or do your 30-minute walk at lunchtime. Okay, 30-minute walk again, right, on Tuesday, and then follow that up with a short HIIT session, like what I just said before. Wednesday, you can either take it off or take a 45-minute walk. I would recommend you take a 45-minute walk, right? You can see here, I'm saying walk every day, right? There's so much benefits to just walking every day, especially if you can't hit the gym every day, right? To do your, conditioning or workouts. You don't need to be in the gym, right? But you still need to be moving. You still need to, do some work and get the body moving, right? Because this turns you into fat burning mode, right? Full body workout on Thursday. You want these separate. You want at least 2 days between these workouts, so you give your body enough time to recover. Okay, if you don't give your body enough time to recover, it's gonna be very hard for you to gain results. Okay, 30-minute walk and then another HIIT session on Friday. That will see you for the week, right? Then on the weekend, pretty easy, an hour walk. I'm pretty sure you can get up early, find some time in the day to go for your walk. Right, and then you'll repeat this for weeks 2 to 4, gradually increase it, right? Gradually increase your weights. So hit the same rep range, or go to the higher end of the rep range, or increase your weights by 5%. And you do that for the first 4 weeks. After the first 4 weeks, you look back and see what you've done. And then you can either change up your workout, sub in some exercises that are very similar, or just use a progression of exercises. A simple example would be going from a goblet squat to a front squat, right? Going from a goblet squat to a back squat, going from a trap bar deadlift to a conventional bar deadlift, So just very simple progressions like that can help you keep progressing and not get bored from your training, okay? So weeks 5 to 8, very, very similar kind of setup, right? But we just want to increase our time that we're doing, because once we get to this point, our body will start to we'll start to know, like, hey, man, what's going on here? We're losing like a whole bunch of weight really quickly. This is not good. If we lose a whole bunch of weight really quickly at this pace, we're going to die. So let's hold on to our body fat, because we don't want to die, right? This is what our body thinks, right? Which is why we end up having things like plateaus, okay? And so we need to gradually improve, progress, all right, things as we kind of go along throughout the time, okay? And that's pretty much it. I hope this kind of helped. I know it's kind of a long video here, but this is how I would do it and how I would break it down. The biggest thing I would say is the consistency with this, okay? And having it fit your lifestyle, okay? Having 2 full body workouts a week, meaning you only need to go to the gym twice a week, right? I'm pretty sure those of you that are busy jobs, right? You work long hours. If you can find 2 times per week for at least 60 minutes where you go and you do your squat, you do a deadlifts, you do your presses, your pulls, right? You do a little bit of carry work. Maybe you want to do a little bit of a HIIT session. Maybe you do want to do a little bit of walk, right? If you do that twice per week, that's all you really need to start out, especially if you're busy. If you can do more, if you can get in like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, obviously even better. But I understand this is, for you as a busy mom, it's very hard, and life can be unpredictable. The kids might not sleep. They might get sick. You might have to work long hours. You might have to, take them to dance practice, rugby training, whatever. Okay. And so working out twice per week, right? This is what I call like the minimum effective dose. This is what I teach inside my academy. Okay. I'm going to put the link in the description if you want to join the academy, right? It's very cheap in the moment, right? So the lowest I've ever offered my coaching for. So if you want to jump in on that, the link is in the top description. Okay. If you want a free calorie calculator, right, it's also in my free community as well. Okay. So I have 2 communities, right? I have a free one, and I have one for clients that want to get themselves to the next level. Okay. So You can join them. The link's in the top description below. If you like the video, please like it. Please subscribe to this as well. And then I'm going to be releasing more videos like this that will just help you out, because I'm just here to share my knowledge and how I will do things that have worked for me. You can take this, you can use it for yourself, and you can try it for yourself. And I hope it works. If it doesn't, then maybe find something else. But I hope it does, because this is how I would do it if I were you in your situation. Okay, so hey, that's it from me. If you like this, if you want more help, if you want my help, if you want